As 2025 comes to a close, a central piece to an arguably tumultuous year on the Hill was the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, sitting at a record 43 days. Incredible. And this year, Congress sent over only 38 bills to President Trump to sign into law, the lowest for a first year of a presidential term in modern history. However, the benefits of the biggest piece of legislation that passed, of course, the one big beautiful bill, may start being seen in 2026, especially come tax time. Texas Congresswoman Beth Van Duyne joining us with more on that. You know what I have to say, the president has been talking about why tariffs work. A lot of people are wringing hands and clutching pearls. I don't want to use the slogan because there are T-shirts and hats that say it, but Trump was right.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, whether or not it's the tariffs, whether or not it's what's going on at the border, fentanyl deaths, health insurance costs, rising under the Biden administration, all of these things that we have been warning about under the first Biden administration. Let's face it, Trump has had 10 months and he's done a tremendous amount working with Congress to get it solved. When Trump was elected, we had almost 9% inflation under Biden, 20 million illegal aliens had come by, $1.8 trillion of additional regulations, waste, fraud, and abuse that we were seeing, time and time again, hundreds of thousands of people who had died for fentanyl deaths.
Yeah.
And in just 10 months, you've seen Trump actually, work with Congress to get lowest, rental rates in 5 months, 2.6 million deportations, a closed border. Our war against regulations is actually, it had almost 4%, a result of 4% and more in GDP growth. And we're finally seeing wages outpace inflation. And as you said, moving into 2026, the working families tax cuts, you're going to see $150 billion in tax refunds in the first quarter. That's about $1,000 to $2,000 per family, as well as trillions of dollars of incentives for American businesses to be able to build here, trillions of dollars of additional foreign dollars coming into U.S. soil to have more businesses be able to grow.
Right.
A closed border, and all of those regulations, all of those incentives be able to protect American economy, protect American jobs, allow more people to keep more cash in their pockets. All of that's under the working families tax cut. And all of that was in the first 10 months of this administration.
Yeah, that's pretty speedy stuff. There was a headline on the Wall Street Journal. I just want to share it because I just thought it was just rich. It reads thusly: the U.S. economy keeps powering ahead, defying dire predictions, many of which came from folks over at the Wall Street Journal, but that's a whole nother story. But let me get back to the first thing we were talking about, and that is 38 bills. I know Senator Mike Lee has talked about this on the other side of the Capitol. Zombie filibusters. Why are things so backed up over there on the Hill? I think the American people expect more activity out of you folks.
Well, I mean, let's face it, sometimes passing bills is not what American people want, right? Our job is not only to pass great legislation, but it's also to fight really bad legislation. I would say that the legislation that we have passed this year that has gotten signed in by this president has been very strong. I think the working families tax cut bill was probably the strongest piece of legislation I've ever worked on. And moving into 2026, I think we need to work on a reconciliation package, another one,
Yes.
Considering that we don't have 60 members and Republican members in the Senate, but we only need 51 to be able to pass a reconciliation bill. So we're going to be focused on passing another one that is looking at healthcare, that's looking at additional costs and regulation, waste, fraud, and abuse going after that, because we have seen that over and over again. And I've got a bill that would actually provide for third-party audits of all federal agencies. These are important bills that we need to be passed. But I would argue that in 2025, the bills that we got passed were important. We're going to be spending the first 6 months not only in a reconciliation package, but also on healthcare bill. Recognizing the fact that the Unaffordable Care Act has been anything but. It has actually increased costs. It has decreased quality, and we're going to be working on that in the first 6 months. But I think it's really important to realize that this president has been elected for less than a year, and look at how much he's been able to do with a Republican-led Congress and Senate.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I think sometimes people want things to turn around really quickly, and I liken it to being in an oil tanker. It takes a while to bring that thing around. when you're dealing with a very large, complicated economy. And the truth is, in 10, 11 months, that's pretty impressive stuff. This is from Hakeem Jeffries. We're basically out of time, but I do want to share. He said this about the Affordable Care Act online. He said, tax credits expire in 5 days. House Republicans refuse to come back to Washington to vote on an extension. You deserve better. 15 seconds or so. I know you guys are working on something else which should make health care more affordable than that.
Well, it was the Democrats that one extended it, and two voted for this date to end it, without coming up with any other plan for healthcare. It has been worse. The worst thing for the American healthcare system, recognizing that healthcare insurance is not healthcare, that their prices have just been outrageously expensive, have only gotten worse, and we're going to stop putting good money after bad, and we're going to actually have to fix the problem. And recognizing the fact that the Unaffordable Care Act was awful.
The Unaffordable Care Act. The great Beth Van Duyne. Great to see you, my friend. Happy New Year to you and your family, and thank you for spending time with us here this afternoon.
Happy New Year and blessings. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.